Good afternoon and welcome. This is Sonia the Sirian coming to you from Galactic Soul Healing. I have some cards for us today. We have, I'm just going to turn my camera a little bit. We have reading for the collective today. I have Animal Dreaming by Scott Alexander King. Going animals, then we're going to be going some elementals with Fairy Wisdom Oracle. It's going to add a little bit of fun and lightness into the reading. And we're going to have angels and ancestors as well. Just for some guidance from guides. Right, so let's get to shuffling. And while I'm shuffling quickly, I'd just like to mention any time I say something that doesn't resonate, please don't take it on. Anything that does resonate, all well and good. You might like to look into it further. The other thing is that you may have other meanings for these images that come up for you. Perhaps worth jotting those down and just do a bit of free writing or journaling on the images and what they mean for you. So we use the cards to kind of stimulate our subconscious to come on board a little bit more, to help our conscious mind, to perhaps interact more with the subconscious and vice versa. Because many of us are going through transformations, we're having subconscious material come up, patterns from childhood that we're addressing, but also things that are coming up are our hidden talents, abilities, and special gifts that we have that have to do with our golden shadow, so to speak, our, fantastic spiritual aspect that has been probably repressed in a lot of us for a long time. And there's various reasons for that, and you can look into that yourself. It's all well and good. Past life trauma being one of them. And trauma from current life or, past lives. So, we're going to be drawing 3 cards from each deck. I've been directed to do that. And I'd just like to call in our Sirian guides, also any Ascended Masters that are assisting us at the moment, and archangels, of course, as well as our elemental guides, our animal spirit guides, and any ancestral guides as well that want to come forward and give us assistance with this reading. So I've just cut the deck, and I'm just going to pull, let's go with the first one, Strength. Okay, now this is from the suit of fire suit, so this is definitely about fire. Also is associated with the suit of wands in the tarot, which is all about spirituality. Okay, so this is about finding your spiritual strength, or what is it that you can start to explore spiritually that really inspires you, that really sparks your creativity, and also, that can help you to feel stronger and a bit more resilient, especially if you're going through challenges, okay, to get a little bit of a higher perspective on things, or to have some creativity come in there can be really helpful. And also helps to balance out our whole mind-body-spirit complex, okay. Next card, we have another fire card, and that's calmness. That could be an earth card. We could be on earth cards here, folks. But anyway, so, calmness, and that's really about researching how you can come into a relaxed state. It might just be changing your environment, it might be doing some deep breathing, it might be doing some gentle stretching and movement to kind of release tension in the body. And it might be just having some time away to kind of collect your thoughts, just center yourself. Going into nature, listening to some beautiful relaxing music. Aromatherapy is another one. You can use aromatherapy to relax as well. Lavender's actually really good for that, especially for sleeping. Apparently it helps you sleep. Lizard daydreaming. So this is about when we dream, just it's bringing in that our concept of the unconscious and our dream world. Okay, so you could keep a dream journal, do some writing on your dreams as well. Just sort of starting to, as we go up in the dimensions, it's just going to help you to kind of expand your self-concept, expanding your self-understanding, okay, and your self-awareness, and perhaps acknowledging that, there is a beautiful an ocean of subconscious material that can also be a source of great creativity and spirituality as well, and special gifts. So really sort of acknowledging that. So, these together are quite a powerful combo in actual fact. So, cultivating that calmness, helps you to kind of with your strength and resilience, and also the calmness, just starting to kind of contemplate and expand your personal and inner horizons, okay? Because sometimes when external things start to get a little bit much, if we have skills and strategies of how to go inner and to cultivate peace, creativity and expansion within us, we can cope a lot better and we can have more strength around everything that's going on. So I really love those 3 cards. Thank you, Spirit. That was awesome. Let's go with our Fairy Wisdom Oracle deck here by Amy Brown. And this is going to be some light, fun take on things. Some of the cards in here are a little more serious, but let's see how we go. Right. Just putting those over, and we're just going to be shuffling these for a second, maybe a minute. Yeah, so I was doing a bit of a meditation today on the beach, and got back, and one of the things that was coming through quite strongly was that if people are feeling disempowered and low, okay, it's perhaps indicating that it's a good time to start working on your inner child, but also stepping into the realm of play with respect to going towards or doing little activities that might not necessarily be considered grown up, okay? It might be stuff that you like to do as a child. It might even be as simple as going out in your kid's sandpit and just having a play with some of the toys out there. Okay, just to change your state of consciousness and to go into something simple and playful. And if you have children, you probably already do that with them. But I know sometimes as parents we can get caught up in this thing about, sitting back and watching the kids play. Okay, it's actually really awesome as parents, and many of you probably already do this anyway, is to actually have play yourself. Okay, do engage in perhaps just reading a little child's book, even watching a kid's movie, doing some finger painting, playing in the sandpit. There's probably a whole lot of other things. Making things out of construction. Recycled cardboard. Just see what you can come up with. And just do something fun. Okay, it might even be just going out and shooting some hoops out at the playing basketball. But inner child is something else that's really going to help us with this inner strength. Believe it or not, because the other thing about inner child is that it's very connected to spirit. Okay, I was going to sneeze, excuse me. Ow! Apologies. Okay, let's cut this deck. And top card, we have Bubble Rider. And I think that's actually bang on. I have a feeling that a bubble rider is to do with just play and just being in a state of joy and just doing something for the fun of it. It doesn't have to have an outcome. It doesn't have to be for money. It doesn't have to be to impress anyone. It's just for you, just for your inner child, okay? And now, they're quite playful, those little, they're kind of like little frog dragons or something. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably a bit close. But yeah, it's just, riding on bubbles of joy, basically, is what that one's about. And this is about lighting the way. So this is the other thing the Spirit did mention to me in my meditation was that when we engage our inner child, that joy comes up. Okay, it raises your frequency, okay, which is really going to help with this lighting. It's literally like lighting yourself up from the inside, even if you only do it for 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, you'll find that throughout the rest of your day, that vibration will permeate a little bit and you will notice a difference. Okay, and you might even like to do something at the start of the day and something at the end of the day, or even something in the middle, even in your workplace. Just initiate a fun activity. Maybe at lunch break, just go, look, if someone wants to stay behind and just do 10 minutes of finger painting, we're going to put a big sheet of paper out and everyone's just going to, we're going to go for it with the paints and see what we can make. And it will be fun because it sparks, sometimes spontaneous activities like that can actually really enlighten and raise the vibration of a space, okay, and certainly of the people as well, and the feelings that are around the place. So lighting the way, perhaps be a shining light, activate your own inner child and then help other people to do that as well. This is the last card. Oh, I'm so glad this one came up. I did a reading the other day, the Chocolate Brown Fairy. This is about enjoyment, okay? Oh, these cards are so on point today. I was really hoping something would come up about inner child, and it certainly has. This is about, it's called Chocolate Brownie Fairy, which is so gorgeous. So it's literally, making chocolate brownies. But, that's something you could do as well. Just do some fun cooking, make something yummy. And, don't forget to enjoy yourself. And this is also about, finding some bubbles of joy, and considering that it's not a waste of time to engage your creativity and your play in a child, okay? It's actually a way for you to raise your frequency and to start to shine your light, okay? So it's really going to help us once again with our inner strength and our resilience, because it's helping us cope with a lot of negatives that are around, okay? And once we feel that we can cope with those negatives, it's going to make us feel a whole lot calmer, okay? And by activating all of that inner child stuff, we're also expanding our awareness of self and really acknowledging that subconscious need for our inner child to start to express itself. This is just beautiful. Thank you for that, Spirit. I really love that. I really recommend this Fairy Wisdom Oracle deck. There's some beautiful images in there. There's actually a lot of cards in that deck as well. It's kind of awesome. Now we're going to be doing Angels and Ancestors by Carl Gray. And, this is going to be some guidance, obviously, from guardians, some of them more the Indigenous Earth, kind of cultures, and some of the animal spirits as well, and obviously some of the powerful Indigenous symbols that we can use to kind of connect in as well. So this reading has generally been about, so far, centering, grounding, being calm, but really lighting the way and activating our inner child. Let's see what more info we can get out of this reading for today. Thank you, Spirit, so far. This has just been really nice. I've just enjoyed doing this reading. And I hope it's being helpful for people as well. Let's just cut the deck. Sorry, I'm not picking cards. I'm literally just cutting the deck here. And we are going to take one off the top. First one. This is really beautiful. It says, enjoy growth and reap rewards, okay? So sometimes growth is not just about what we're doing for our external environment. It's also about what we do for our internal environment, in other words, within ourselves. So like we've just mentioned, expanding our little activity repertoire into doing some play activities, some fun arts, crafts, even fun sports, fun cooking, gardening, all that sort of stuff. It's really just going to help us to expand into our soul energy, and this is about reaping the rewards of that. And look, with fruits like that, you can even do things like, I don't know if you've done this before with potatoes. potatoes and apples, you can actually cut shapes, and if you get big sheets of paper, you can actually do paint prints of, you can carve little shapes in the apple and use it as a print stamp. Okay, and you could do that with potatoes as well, and do that with your kids. Like, there's lots of fun, crafty things you can do. And even apples, you can bake them in the oven with cinnamon and, find an apple tree. Here we have Water Guardian. Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. Connect with your emotions. Okay, so this is what working with our inner child does. Now, there are some aspects of our inner child that are very joyful, and there might be some aspects that bring up maybe thoughts of feelings of sorrow, emotions of sadness. Okay, you know what? It's never too late to nurture and care for your inner child. If your childhood experience, if you start engaging in inner child work and playing and doing things like that, and you find sadness comes up for you, don't worry about it. Just know that you are now nurturing your inner child, and from henceforth you are going to be feeling better because you're going to be actually really honouring your inner needs, emotional needs. Water Guardian, this is definitely like a Sirian feel, very flowing, emotional, that water elements is really strong. So it's about flow, intuition, creativity, emotion, feeling. And even as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, if you can do some painting, even if it's finger painting, even painting something, some furniture, or painting outside in your, in the garden or something like that, like some garden furniture or something. But also just don't be afraid to do things that give you joy, and that might be something quite spiritual that you haven't done a lot of before. We can all have blocks to doing what makes us feel good because we can be conditioned. We can be conditioned from childhood to believe that we shouldn't be doing those things that give us joy, because maybe they don't earn money, it's not work, it's not serious enough, or whatever. It's now time, people, to start doing those things, adding them in, okay? Water Guardian, really gorgeous. I really love that. We've got some beautiful feminine energy coming in here now. There's probably something else that's going to come up with that water. Things like if you're swimming, right, that is an awesome way to do playful body action, because you literally, gravity has some effect, but you're literally totally free to move in the water, okay? Here we have another feminine image. Earth Mother, okay. Feel loved and comforted. And that is another thing to keep in mind too. Like we said, if you're doing inner child work, something comes up, just sit with it and go, you might even like to have a little dialogue with your inner child and go, is there anything, what do you need from me right now moving forward? And also to reassure and go, look, I'm sorry I haven't paid attention to you in the past. I'm here for you now, and I'd really love it if you could become part of my life now, because that would be awesome. So it's really like mothering. You may need to it's called reparenting. You may need to remother or refather, reparent yourself, going through your inner child work. And just keep in mind that, the emotions are going to be really beautiful. They might be a little sad at times, or things might come up, but just do some journal writing and know that you're going to reap the rewards of being able to go into those emotions and really explore them, and it will give you strength in the long run, okay, and resilience. And you know what, if you have children, it will really enhance your parenting and give you a whole it'll give you more how can we say, more support in your parenting, to really go into your own inner child and more understanding about things as well. So thank you, Spirit. I'm just going to end with this card here, because just remember, we are all lights and we're all lighting the way in different forms and in different methods, different strategies, different skills and abilities and experiences that we have. And just remember that we're all working for the same thing, which is we are moving into 5D, and we are all going to be stepping more into our creativity, our spirituality, and being really in alignment with our beautiful soul spiritual purpose that's going to be manifesting and coming into being. And I've just been guided by Spirit to say for us today that that alignment, being aware of inner child work and bringing that on board is going to help that process of your spiritual essence coming forward. So I really hope that that's been helpful. Like I said, if something I've said has not resonated, please don't take it on. And if any of these cards have brought up other associations or feelings or thoughts for you, please write them down and look into them. And yeah, as always, have a great day, and I look forward to our next session. Ciao. Bye for now.